What's happening, everybody, and welcome to the Gaming Outsider Podcast. It's officially holiday season, and that means it's time to find good prices on video games. So we're going to share ours and our listeners' preferable way to find the best price in software, which is going to be helpful as we head into Black Friday. In news, Microsoft's Partner Showcase had some pretty interesting reveals, and as for new games, I picked up Moonlighter 2, The Endless Vault, and Mark played NASCAR 25. Also, I convinced Jacob to pick up Clover Pit, and he beat it already, so I think it's fair to say he liked it. This is the Gaming Outsider. Greetings, programs, and welcome to the Gaming Outsider, a video game podcast with a focus on our incredible community, which can be found at thegamingoutsider.com, facebook.com/groups/thegocast, and even our Discord server. You can find a link for it in the show notes of this very episode. It is Monday, November 24th, recording this right before Thanksgiving. I'm your host, Scott Clark. And joining me are my good friends. First off, Jacob Gunnarsson. What's up, Jake?
What's up, buddy? How you doing?
I am doing all right. Did I lie about you liking Clover Pit? Or
no, I thought it was just funny. Yeah. And he beat it already. Well, yeah.
Also joining us, because there is no CB and no Zach this week. CB is working. Zach is out of town doing Thanksgiving stuff with family. But we've got filling in again for us our lead news editor over at thegamingoutsider.com, Mr. Mark Szymanski. Mark, how you doing, sir?
Excellent. Glad to be here.
Welcome back, again. Mark.
Thank you.
We love having you on here, man. It's so much easier just having you on the show instead of pre-recording your reviews and jumping through all those hoops. And then I get to talk with you for a whole lot longer too. So it's great.
Absolutely.
Let's talk about some games we've been catching up on. Mark, I'm excited to hear your thoughts on Inside, which I know you beat this week. Mm-hmm. I know this is one of your backlog games on your list, right?
Yep. It's the first one that I got through off the backlog, yes.
All right. So what did you think of it?
I loved it.
Yeah?
I loved it. It just, the atmosphere is fantastic. That poor kid and the way that they killed him over and over and over again. My favorite one was when the two guys hang his neck over the railing, the hand railing, and choke him out until he dies. That was my favorite. But oh my gosh, the puzzles.
I'm so confused. I haven't.
Have you played it?
No, I was gonna go look it up real quick, and then it was like, oh, the way they killed that kid. It's like,
oh,
what is happening?
It's so brutal and so intense. And the puzzles were fun. The platforming was fun. It was a great game. And then the final act, the finale, was just, I was not expecting that.
You didn't see that coming, did you?
No, not at all.
And what a fun 5-10 minutes of that finale of that game.
Yes,
right.
Equally just mouth wide open, not understanding what's wrong with the world, but also enjoying happening? Just rolling through everything.
Is this going on for real?
Yeah,
this is amazing. That game is so good.
I remember the game now, but man, I was like, oh, what game are we talking about? Oh, the way they killed that kid over and over again. I'm like, oh my goodness. Which is like most games, you can't kill kids.
The thing that made that game so brilliant to me was how close the close calls felt. Like there's a scene where you have to climb over this fence to escape these dogs. And it feels like, oh, the dog's going to catch me. The dog's going to catch me. And then just at the last minute, you get through this thing and survive it. That game is full of moments like that, where it's just like you feel like you're getting by the skin of your teeth, but really it's scripted that way.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just so well done. Did you play Limbo? I don't remember.
I have not played Limbo.
Man, you should add that one to the list, because that was, I believe it's the same developer.
Same developer, yes. I will. And, absolutely. I can't miss it now.
That one's good, but that one won't be it won't blow your mind as much. But the puzzles are very similar in the tone, just that unsettling. And it's all in black and white. And oh, man, I really like that game. Jacob, it sounds like you took my recommendation and picked up Clover Pit, which I talked about, I believe last week, maybe the week before.
Yeah, you're not. I know my wife is watching. She's not gonna like this, but so I took your recommendation. I bought it.
She's not gonna like that you took my recommendation.
No, she's not like. She's not gonna like what I have to say. So I took your recommendation. Me and her got off a video game probably around 10-11 o'clock one night, and I went, you know what? Let's try Clover Pit. I was up until 4 o'clock that morning, playing it. Went to bed. Woke up probably about 9-10 o'clock, and then played it until she got home. And so it was in 2 days I probably put about 10 hours into it.
Oh my
Like,
goodness.
yeah, it was.
You can't spoil anything because apparently there's a story in this, or is there?
It's less of a story and more of happenings.
Yeah.
Like, I kind of hope that they make it 2 because I want to know more about what is happening to your person,
Right.
but it's very weird. I don't know if you've noticed how many times the narrator talks to you. But
Uh,
there
just
are
like
a
when you
lot of times.
die.
Well, when you die, when you come back, when you start the game up and stuff and
Yeah.
whatnot, um, this basically feels like it feels almost like a sweatshop. Like you have to do this, like you have to play the slots games, and then it feels like a psychological torture because
Mhm.
you're doing stuff, and when you I don't know if anyone, how much people know about this game, but like in between, after the deadlines, when you have to, fulfill your ante or whatever, you die, you get a phone call, and the phone call gives you certain perks outside of the things on the slot machine, whatever.
Right.
But there's a small conversation that happens between your character and the narrator
Like,
every
I don't
time
know
you
why
answer
you
the
picked
phone.
that, or
Right. And it's just like, well, I'm not in control of this. You're not in control of this, blah, blah, whatever. And it's like there's somebody there that's watching you that
Mhm.
that you could basically ask for anything and they would give it to you, but they tell you no. They tell you no anyway.
Right.
When you ask for uh more tickets, they go, well, I don't know why I would do that, but then they give it to you anyway.
Right.
So it feels like this little like give and take where you ask for things and they tell you no just to tell you no,
Right.
just to say no to your face, and then they allow you to have it anyway.
Doesn't it feel like a
Um,
Saw movie to some degree?
it it does a little bit.
Like a less
Um,
grisly. Obviously, there's not like any gore in this game.
mm, oh, okay. Um, so have you unlocked any of the drawers?
I unlocked one of the drawers.
Okay, so when you are completing a run and you have a drawer open and you're about to die, you take one of your items and you put it in the drawer. In the
Mhm.
next run, that drawer is covered in blood, and when you open it, there is a piece of a corpse in it.
Oh yeah, I got
To to actually beat the game, you have to collect 5 corpse pieces
and
and
attach it to the slot machine, right?
have them on the slot machine, and then you have to finish the game that way, which then gives you a key to unlock the door.
And
So
and
at
if
the
you put those pieces of corpse on there, doesn't it increase the chance of you getting the 666?
No, it increases the ante or the size of the deadline that you have to finish.
Oh, okay.
So instead of needing 70 coins to beat the first one, you end up needing like 95,
Gotcha.
which doesn't seem like a lot, but in that first run, the the
Exponentially.
am- the amount of times I have lost in the first 2 minutes of that game have driven me insane.
Yeah.
Because I will have a run that goes for an hour and a half, and I'll be like on top of the world. I can't lose, blah whatever. And finally, the deadline is too big, and I can't do it, and whatever. And then the next run just goes, nah, screw you, and you just immediately lose. And I'm like, what? What? I did the exact same thing, and I know that the runs are seeded, and there's like a luck inside of luck. Um, kind of mechanic that's happening with this. And so some runs I feel like they're really trying to give it to you, and other runs they're like trying to hurt you as much as possible.
Yeah, the game doesn't seem as random as a slot machine actually is to me. I feel like some of the stuff that happens is like, come on. Come on.
It got to a point where, well, I was talking to my kid tonight, and it got to a point where I was like, nope, you know what? I gotta see what luck does. I have to see what luck does. So you have these items that give you X amount of luck on your
Right.
next roll. The luck does not guarantee a symbol. The luck guarantees the number of a symbol that is given. So if you have luck +4 and
You're
you and
guaranteed
the
to get
game
4 of that logo.
of a logo,
Right.
like you're not guaranteed the logo, you're just guaranteed that there's going to be 4 of it somewhere.
But if you get that in
So
conjunction with something that says, "Oh, you're gonna get more lemons,"
yeah,
or whatever.
there's a chance that you could get more lemons because it's the
Yeah.
manifest rate of that, whatever, but it could still roll something else.
Mhm.
So if you have a +15 luck, you're guaranteed to get 15 uh
Of something.
15 of something, yeah. So you're gonna get a jackpot no matter what, but you don't know what that jackpot is gonna entail.
Oh, dear.
So you could be really good at getting clovers, and then okay, so it's not 100% perfectly, and so you could get your luck all the way up and then still roll lemons.
Right.
So like you're like beating your head against the wall at
But,
some point, going like how.
Mhm.
We both played the crap out of Blueprints, and that game was full of RNG, right? And that's what this game kind of feels like as well, but in a different way.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that was more with Blueprints. It was kind of more like you were trying to force things to happen. And
Mhm.
yeah, finding the rooms was pretty much luck based. But at some point, there was kind of a flow to it. You knew how to get more rooms out of your
Right.
room usage. This one just kind of feels like you go
You're
in
screwed.
and hope for you kind of hope for the best every time you go in.
Yeah.
There's been times I'll start the run and go, oh, this is awesome. I've got this. But because none of it actually takes effect until something happens, that very first deadline I fail on because I just don't get enough coins. And it's like, well, that would have been a really cool run, but the game was like, no. The game just said no.
I'm just picturing Bugs Bunny. No. Well, I'm glad you're digging it, man. I love how like I play the game, get really into it, and then I introduce it to Jacob, and then he just beats it from under me. Before he's got a little bit more time available than I do.
Did you get any of the cards?
Cards? No, I don't even know what that means.
Sounds like a no.
So no, when you get so far into it, you unlock these cards. The game goes, oh, hey, by the way, if you have enough money to complete the deadline without actually spinning the slot machine, we'll give you a pack of cards. Okay,
Oh.
cool. So then you get a pack of cards eventually when you are doing so well that you can actually beat deadlines. And the cards do something to the run from the very beginning. And
Good
so
things?
bad things.
Why would you want them?
It's a given because they're challenges, just like with the different chips in Balatro.
Uh-huh. Oh, I see.
They have different effects, and so at some point you beat them and you get special things that happen and more items that you can play with and whatnot. So the recent one I beat was the store has one less lucky charm to have, but you have two free rerolls at the start of every round. So
Okay.
that was kind of cool, but it's the card is called Desperate Search, and I figured out why. Because with only 3 there, you're kind of like, okay, well, it's not those 3, reroll. Well, it's not those 3, reroll. And then I'm like, oh man, now I'm spending coins to get rerolls and where I should be paying off the deadline. And yeah, it's a
stressful game.
When I first started playing, it was a really stressful game, and then the more I played it, now I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Like scary things are happening, but it's fine. Have you looked straight up or straight down yet?
I have, but I don't think I noticed anything.
So when you look straight up and into the darkness that's above you, the game zooms in and like has this eerie music that's happening with it. And it does the same thing when you're looking down because you're just like looking through the gate into the nothingness.
Does it give you unlock any extra charms?
Nope. I was waiting for something to happen and nothing happened. I was more afraid of what was going to happen than what actually nothing happened. So
I took a dump in the toilet.
Yep. I got number 2.
Yeah, I got number 1, and then you can pee, and they actually show like this stream coming out from you, and so you unlock 2 lucky charms, a number 1 and a number 2, and it like gives you bonuses on items that have yellow in them or items that don't have yellow in them. It's
some of them are pretty good. The sardines.
It's a messed up game, dude. I haven't seen the sardines. I think I've got like 58 items that I've unlocked out of like 100 and I don't know how many.
The flavor text for the sardines says on the Discord, someone said, well, we should have sardines. So here they are.
Oh, that's probably is actually true.
Yep.
It's an interesting game. I can't decide if I love it or hate it. I'm like on the fence.
Yeah.
But it was $10. It was a. Did I purchase that one? No. I got a code for that one. So, review will be forthcoming on that one. Or I should just have you write it now. You've actually beat the game. I should do that. But, only other thing I've been catching up on, and it's hardly catching up. And I needed something to play in the middle of a boring meeting at work, and I had my laptop in front of me, and Steam was open. I played a little bit of Rack and Slay for a couple rounds. That game is not fun to play with a touchpad mouse.
Oh God.
It took me a couple rounds to figure out how to, because you play with a regular mouse, right?
Yeah.
So like to aim, you do like a right click, which
Yeah.
right clicking on a touchpad, you can do with 2 fingers, but then you're trying to spin it around with 2 fingers, and that is not the ideal way to play that game. So if I go back to that, I'm definitely going to go to Steam Deck, or get a mouse, I suppose. But that game, if you guys have not played Rack and stuff, if you like pool, that's a pretty fun little roguelike involving pool that I recommend. All right, Jake, this week, make your wife happy and do some laundry, okay?
Okay.
Instead of games that I recommend.
She beat me to it, so
Yeah.
that's fine.
Yeah. Did I guess the chore that you weren't doing correctly?
I never do laundry. I really ever. Well, yeah, that's Monday's chore, and it really ever gets done.
Oh, okay.
And it's not the doing of laundry; it's the folding of laundry.
Oh, I mean, that's the hard part. Doing it's easy. You just put it in a machine and press a button. That's easy.
Right.
All right. Well, that's what we've been catching up on. Let's go ahead now and jump into the week's news. All right, first things first, we've got the news over on thegamingoutsider.com. Thanks to Mark and his news team over there. We've got Fallen Star, an independent roguelike Metroidvania that has a playtest on Steam. It is coming in 2026. Cozy Marbles, also coming in 2026, has a Steam playtest happening right now. Remember those tracks when you were kids where you would build all these things for the marbles to go through the tracks and race your marbles? It's doing that, but digitally. I feel like that is fulfilling my childhood wish dream, because I wanted to do those so bad when I was a kid, and I can do it digitally. Anyway, that and the last one is Ghost Master Resurrection. The cult classic supernatural puzzle game is back, and there's going to be a physical version too, consoles and PC in March of 2026. If any of that sounds familiar if any of that sounds interesting, head over to thegamingoutsider.com and you can find the articles written by Mark over there. Also, this week, we had an Xbox showcase, a developer partner showcase that took place this week. Lots of interesting things shown there. The Game Award nominees are live. And lastly, Assassin's Creed Black Flag's remake could be coming sooner than you think. Mark, what story would you like to talk about, sir?
I'll take the Xbox showcase. I didn't watch the whole showcase, but I
have expected you to say for 500, Alex. I don't know why.
I'll take the Xbox showcase for 500, Alex.
That's therapist.
Well, at least I got the joke, Scott. Hopefully other people do too.
All right, so yeah, there was a lot of things announced, and I'm so glad somebody picked this story, because if you guys didn't, I was going to. Here's the thing, it drives me crazy when Xbox does something awesome like this, especially after Sony's. That was like last week that there was nothing that interested me, because I'm trying really hard not to be an Xbox fanboy. But this showcase was just so much more interesting. There was, even with Sony, I felt like there wasn't a whole lot of new stuff. It was all like, or if it was new, it was for Japanese fans. I don't know.
Well, most of these games had Sony on it as well. Why didn't Sony show some of these games at their?
There's got to be like, contracts that are signed, and we're gonna show it at this one. So yeah, a lot of these games are not just on Xbox, but they showed them at the Xbox Partner Showcase. And I gotta tell you guys, there's a lot of stuff on here I never heard of that really got me interested. What stuck out to you, Mark?
The Mound, Omen of Cthulhu. Was the top of my list on this one. It looked amazing. Obviously the Lovecraft links with just guessing by the name, but looked wonderful, looked scary, looked weird. I loved it. That one is definitely at the top of my list. How about you?
Oh boy, there's so much here. What was the one that stood out to me the most? Is it pronounced Armatus? Am I pronouncing that correctly? Did that not look like God of War with guns?
Yes.
I mean, it's straight up God of War, but with guns as well. And just how frenetic and awesome and smooth that game looked made me want to play that game like right away. I just thought that game looked fantastic, and never heard of it. Just absolutely never heard of this game. Check out the trailer for that one, guys. If you haven't already, I thought it looked really cool. Jake, anything for you?
Oh, you should know.
Well, Clover Pit
Roadside
coming.
research. No.
Oh, yeah.
Roadside research.
I thought of you right away when I saw that trailer. Roadside research is like aliens have come into town and they have disguised themselves as humans by taking a piece of paper and drawing a face on it and taping it to their faces. Oh yeah, we've been here for a month and we set up a gas station.
Yeah, they've got people coming in, and while you are selling them goods and stuff, you have to do research on humans. So you're setting up cameras, you're taking samples. Yeah, it's nonsense. It looks like it's a good spin on the job simulator. So
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that because I'm all about doing work that's not really actually work.
Dave the Diver isn't now available on Xbox. I know you're a PlayStation guy, but that's big news. I played that on Switch. And then they got some DLC in the jungle coming early 2026. Clover Pit is now on Game Pass as well. It's on Xbox. So if you're at all intrigued by what Jake and I have been talking about that game and you have Game Pass, go check that game out because that is an interesting game. Mark, anything else stand out?
Total Chaos stood out a little bit. It's
Yeah.
kind of like Doomy first person, but with monsters and zombies and creatures and stuff like that. That one looked like a good amount of fun for me. And then strangely, and I can't really put my finger on why, Erosion. It was the Western pixelated. I have no idea why that game appealed to me. I cannot tell you why, but it
What
looked
an
fun and
artistically constructed trailer for games that look like just a step above Atari 2600.
Yes, exactly.
You know what I mean?
So
I actually was watching that live, and I sent that trailer to Zach immediately for obvious reasons. And I imagine he's going to play that. I don't even think I understand how the gameplay works in that game. I don't know how you play that game, but I am intrigued just by how much love and dedication went into marketing that game because it's just very interesting.
And it wouldn't be an Xbox showcase without mentioning the main show, showcase of it, which was 007 First Light for me.
Which was just about the car, right?
Yeah, but any excitement that you can give me on that game as we build towards the March due date, I'm in. I was going to buy it anyway, but you're just making me want to buy it more.
Now, that's not a Game Pass game, right? That
doesn't matter to me. I don't have an Xbox or Game Pass. So
that's right. You're in like Flynn regardless.
Yep.
Jake, I don't want to hog the whole thing here because there's a lot I liked on this. So is there anything else you guys wanted to talk about on here?
No.
I thought Tides of Annihilation actually looked really good, and I'm not good at Souls games, but that one, I don't know if I'm feeling a little overconfident after finishing Clair Obscur and getting the timing down on that game. By the way, how's your progress coming on that, Mark?
It stalled out a little bit. I had a cybersecurity certification exam that I was studying for, and I didn't have a whole lot of free time for that.
I can't stress this enough. Get back into that as soon as you can, because I tried to come back into it after I took a step away from it, and I forgot how to play it.
Yep.
That is a game I feel like you got to stick with it in order to remember stuff. Plus, you haven't hit the moment yet. You don't know what that means, but you'll know when you get there, and you will not be able to put it down after that point.
All right.
That's all I'm going to say. Anyway, so Tides of Annihilation, very 3D Souls-like, but it just looked super manageable to me. I don't know why. It looked like I could do it. So that one was interesting. Zoo Punk. I saw this trailer pop up, and I was like, this looks like the dumbest game I've ever seen. And then I saw the gameplay, and I was like, I might be in, guys. So I didn't realize it until Zach texted me and told me that this is basically Fist 2, that F.I.S.T game. It's in that universe. But this looks way more interesting to me than Fist did. So I just love how serious these. I mean, you play as an anthropomorphized rabbit, but it's very serious. Like all the characters are animals, and they look very. They don't look cartoony at all. They almost look like what you would imagine, a walking, talking, animal would look like, and they just all look very brooding and angry and stuff. But the gameplay looks awesome, so I'm very excited about that one. Reanimal looks like I'm surprised that one didn't trip your trigger, Mark, because to me this looks like 2-player Inside or 2-player Limbo. It's a cooperative horror game, and I just
Oh
thought that
yes.
like a lot of it looked very much like a Limbo or Inside, but you're playing with somebody. That super intrigued me. I also think that I did not have Eminem in a video game on my bingo card for this year. Now, granted, I don't play Hitman World of Assassination. Jake, I know you did.
Yeah.
Do you want to play this? Like Eminem versus Slim Shady?
I have no idea. But the idea, I have never once gone, you know what I wish I could do? Shoot you. Like it's just I've never had that idea of like, oh yeah, I want to sneak around backstage and shoot Eminem. Like, I don't know. But now I guess now if I have that idea, I have the perfect outlet.
But what's the premise? Maybe I'm not understanding it. I feel like you are Eminem trying to track down Slim Shady because like they're two different entities, right?
I mean, they're the same person. They're just at different times of his life, I guess.
Well, yeah. But I mean, they're
I
face to face. It's like the two of them against each other.
Yeah, it might be the future him versus, or it might be the now him versus who he was back then, because there's been like some of his songs where he talks about Houdini. He talks
Yeah.
about like how he how he was back then, or thinking about how he would react to things that are happening now. So
He actually has a
it might be
conversation with himself in one of those songs, doesn't he?
yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe it is you're playing as Eminem, that which would be would be interesting. You've been sent from the future to kill yourself in the past. I don't know.
Is there time travel in the
What is
Hitman
this,
universe
Looper?
that I don't know? Yeah.
Slim
I
Shady
will
gets into the future to pay off a debt.
I will say there was 2 games in here that did nothing for me. I don't mean to just like trash talk, but Echo Generation 2, that trailer started, I was like, "Oh man, this looks awesome. This is like really crazy looking world." Oh, it's a turn-based card deck building game. I was like, "All right, well, that sucks. I'm out."
Turned off.
And then Vampire Crawlers, like they're just milking. They even say it in the trailer, like we're gonna milk these pixels for all they're worth or something.
Mhm.
And they've taken Vampire Survivors and turned it into a card battler, which on the surface I was like, that's not what makes Vampire Survivors awesome. It's about building this thing and feeling godlike for a minute. But it looks like they're doing something along those lines in this, where if you build the correct deck, you just become unstoppable for a while.
I mean, what's that card battle you like? Into the Spire?
Into the Spire. Yeah.
Have you become godlike in that one?
You get a good run now and then, yeah, but not to the level of Vampire Survivors where like you can set the controller down and just watch things happen, right? And didn't have that, but
I had one. There's one card in there that says that it's always on top and that it does as much damage as the number of cards you have in the deck.
so you just kept adding cards to the deck.
I had about 5 or 6 of those cards, and I just kept adding cards. At some point, I had like 200 cards in the deck, and I only played 5 cards, and that was it.
Wow.
If I played even anything more than that. So
That's what
yeah,
you do. You just like break games. Like
I love to break games. I love to find ways to break things.
Yeah. That's crazy.
What is the dumbest way we could do this?
Well, that was the Xbox Partner Showcase. I was pleasantly surprised. Also,
How many showcases have we had in the last 4 months?
Well, it's like because we don't have E3 anymore, right? So like
I don't care. It feels like every time I get on here, there's another showcase.
Yeah, try answering emails whenever. Because ask Mark, he gets forwarded stuff whenever we need to write something news related, and it's like, oh yeah, it's what's the Steam Next Fest season? We're gonna have all these emails and like how many? Yep. Sometimes I feel bad because I send an email, I forward it to Mark, Sean, and Paul, and sometimes I'll do like 30 or 40 of them a day, and just like you guys pick which ones you want to do. Go for it. All right, Jake, what story would you like to talk about, sir?
Oh, there was something on here that I don't remember where it went.
It was the Game Award nominees, or it was
No,
Assassin's Creed.
I know. I thought there was something else on here.
Oh, there's Fallen Star, Cozy Marbles, and Ghostmaster Resurrection.
No, screw that. We'll talk about the Black Flag remake. I'm sorry. You already went. I'm taking this one. Jeez. Ubisoft laid out its slate of games to be released before the end of the fiscal year, which is March 31st, 2026. Inside Gaming reports the Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag remake is on the list. They claim it's scheduled to release the week of March 23rd. Not confirmed by Ubisoft yet. What does that mean?
That means they haven't officially announced it. This is just like people from the inside looking out that are
if it's on a list, it's on a list, right? That's rude.
But the list hasn't been released yet.
Right.
My kids love this game. Absolutely adore this game. And for the last few years, they have been going, well, if there's going to be a remake, why don't they just do Black Flag? Just redo Black Flag. It would make millions. Like, if they need to save themselves. We're going to save ourselves from a sinking ship by playing a ship game. So
here's the thing. I've played Black Flag to completion, like all the achievements, did everything in that game twice, because that game came out at the end of the 360 life cycle, the beginning of the Xbox One life cycle, and I wanted 1,000 achievement points twice. So I did that. Then I did Assassin's Creed Rogue, which is basically Black Flag, but like a half the size and a different character. But it's the same gameplay. Did that to completion. I don't know if I want to do it again.
I mean, you don't have to do it again, but people who enjoy the game are probably going to enjoy.
That's the thing. Again, if I weren't doing this, I'm not going to review Black Flag. Like, I'm not going to, that just doesn't make any sense. But if I'm looking for a game just to sit back and relax and enjoy, maybe I would. Because, man, I just love everything about that game.
Especially if it comes out on Game Pass.
It's not going to come out on Game Pass. Well, Ubisoft is on. Doesn't Game Pass include like Ubisoft Connect or something like that?
The high-end version does.
The high-end version, yeah.
The one that everybody quit on.
The $30 version?
Yeah, the $30 one.
Apparently, we do know how to quit you. So, did you play Assassin's Creed 4, Jacob? I know you said your boys did. Do you like Assassin's Creed? I don't remember.
Yeah, my relationship with Assassin's Creed is so weird because I played 1, and the very next one that I played was Odyssey.
Oh my God, you missed some bangers, man.
But I've got like I think all of them. I just have never played them. So, man. Yeah,
you should go. Bad 2 is so good, man.
I've heard
and from what Zach said, like, because like when we played those when we were younger, like in the early 2000s, those games seem super long, right? But now they're manageable because they're not Odyssey and Valhalla that are like you gotta put 100 hours in or whatever to complete those games. You know, there's like 20-hour games. Like, that's fine. Like, I like that.
See, it's funny because I played the hell out of the first Assassin's Creed because when it came out in Game Informer, it had the picture of what it was going to be, and then there was this poem thing next to it. There was this huge page that was just dedicated to it, and it was a writing of what the trailer of the game was. It was like a story, but it was telling of like him disappearing into the crowd and jumping off the top and it's like killing the dude. It was really cool. I wonder if I even have that game in Informer anymore. But then when I went to college, the original Assassin's Creed was on the cover of my textbook as a like this is the standard of video games now. And I was like, oh, this is really cool. And then I decided not to play anymore.
I forgot you went to college to study game design.
Yeah.
So in your mind, Assassin's Creed sold out. Is that what you're saying? Like that's why you quit it?
I not really, but as it progressed and it was like, oh, it went here and then it went there and then it came back and then it went there again. I was like, man, there's like a lot of stuff that's just happening with this that I don't really know if I wanted to continue because I didn't know where it was going to go in the first one. And then it was like, oh, sci-fi adventure. And I'm like, I like the idea of being with the Knights Templar and doing that and all that. And then they started changing
the real world. Yeah.
Oh, I know. Actually, the story of Odyssey kind of dragged me back into it, and I wanted to play more.
Yeah.
So I got Valhalla and then never played that one, but I did end up buying all the rest of the games because of Odyssey. So
you
at
know what
some
the
point,
you know what the real world component in Assassin's Creed 4 is?
no.
If I'm remembering correctly, Mark, you played it, right?
I have not.
You have not? I think it's 4, where you work for a video game developer, and the animus is like you were jumping in. So you're like actually walking around an office at a video game development company, and you're uncovering all this stuff and going into the real world to uncover things to help the business, and then it come to find out what it actually is. But here's the interesting thing.
Oh,
I
my.
read that in this remastered version, they've taken out that whole real world element and just did the pirate stuff.
No, you can't do that. That ruins the part of Assassin's Creed.
I mean, there was a lot of complaints about that in 4 because it seemed pretty cheesy at the time. Where it winds up going, it actually becomes kind of interesting. But I appreciated it. I always liked the real world component of those games. So but I feel like I was in the minority. Zach and I always felt like we were in the minority of people that wanted those. So
I thought the real world aspect in Odyssey was astounding because there were parts of it that you had to play and go exploring and all that kind of stuff, and just there it seemed like there was this desperation from the real world character to find the secrets of this area before anybody else, and so she's like bleeding from the nose and like almost killing herself while trying to be in the animus as long as possible and whatnot. It felt like I was really trying to actually do something, and I think that's why I got so pulled back into the world of Assassin's Creed.
Well, and for me, like in those early games, it felt kind of like back in the day when you would play a game and you would get rewarded with a cutscene. It felt like, oh, I get through this section inside the animus and I'm rewarded with learning more about what's going on in the real world. You know what I mean? I just I thought that was pretty cool. So
yeah.
All right, you left me with the one story. Although I could have added, I considered adding the story about that interview with the Roblox CEO. I don't know if you guys heard about that story. They interviewed a guy because you know how Roblox is notorious for being a place for people that like to prey on children. And they did an interview with the guy from the CEO of that company, and some of it was taken gloriously out of context, as happens a lot in journalism, but it just seems like certain people in upper management in some of these companies just don't understand what life is like outside of having a silver spoon up your butt. And I don't know. I didn't listen to the whole interview, so I don't want to speak to it too much. So instead, I'm going to talk about the Game Award nominees.
I like that idea.
Every category for sure, but we're going to talk about the Game of the Year nominations. Clair Obscur Expedition 33, Death Stranding 2, Donkey Kong Bonanza, Hades 2, Hollow Knight Silksong, and Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. What I think is interesting is that just of the hosts of our show, like the main hosts of our show, there's something on here for everybody, except maybe CB, maybe, but Kingdom Come Deliverance is for Zach. Hollow Knight Silksong is for Jake. Clair Obscur is for me. I just, what in the world is Donkey Kong Bonanza doing on there? That just feels like we got,
because it's great. That one's on there for me.
Oh, you like that game?
Oh, hell yeah, I did. That was great.
Right.
I thought it was a fun game, but I didn't think it was. Would you consider that a Game of the Year nominee?
I am surprised to see it on the list, but I'm not disagreeing with its inclusion.
We're gonna fight. We're gonna fight. What was I saying the other year? Why is Balatro on the list?
Yeah.
Right. So if Balatro can be on the list, that opens the door for any game to be up there, right?
No. I'm not saying that it can't be on there. I'm saying that it just does not seem like. It didn't seem like it was nearly as popular as some of these other games.
It's not about popularity, or at least it shouldn't be.
It shouldn't be about popularity. It should be about quality. Now, granted, I haven't played enough of Bonanza to give a full opinion on it. By the way, that copy is still sitting here. I think
Why
I owe
have
that.
You not sent it?
I gotta do a drawing for somebody for that game. I'm not surprised by the rest of this list, though.
No.
A little surprised by Kingdom Come Deliverance too. That seems like a niche game, maybe a little bit.
You know what game is not on here that I'm thankful that it's not, but I'm kind of surprised it isn't?
What's that?
Monster Hunter.
I mean, nobody liked it.
That seemed like, well, there was a lot of talk about how what the game of the year was going to look like, and it was going to be like, Monster Hunter Silk Song, all that kind of stuff. And I was like, there's no way.
Yeah.
Like Monster Hunter, the new one just sucked.
Aaron Allen 5439 says Donkey Kong Bonanza is on there because Nintendo always gets that bump for no reason. LOL. That's kind of what I was getting at. It's like you can't have a game. You can't have a Game of the Awards game list without a Nintendo game being on there. But I mean, it's also hard to like say what Nintendo game is better. Like, Mario Kart was fun, but it didn't do enough for me to be a Game of the Year kind of thing.
No.
Also, Metroid comes out like next week, but that's not considered because it's not out yet. And they do. Why we do Game Award shows before in December blows my mind. Why?
Before the end of the year?
Well, because they don't want to be overshadowed by the movie industry, would be my guess.
I just let it go. It's not even a competition in that regards. Anyway, there was one story out of this that I thought was kind of worth noting. Two things. First off, the developer of Megabonk was nominated for Best Debut Indie Title. And they actually went on social media and said, no, we don't deserve this nomination. Here, I'm just going to read the quote. This person, I didn't catch the person's name. The developer says, quote, "It's an honor and a dream for Megabonk to be nominated for TGA, but unfortunately, I don't think it qualifies for the category debut indie game. I've made games in the past under different studio names, so Megabonk is not my debut game. I really appreciate the nomination, support, and votes, but it doesn't feel right in this category. You should vote for another one of the amazing debut titles. They are all amazing games," unquote. Number one, that's a classy move.
Yes, it is.
Number two, I'm not understanding these indie title categories, because what constitutes it to be like the Game Awards put this game in here as best debut indie and its developers that have worked on other games. Is it because they've conglomerated under a new, new developer title, but there are veterans in there? Does Clair Obscur count as an indie? Debut indie, even though it was backed by investors? You know what I mean? It's not, I mean, sure, it was a smaller team, but I don't know. I feel like there's got to be more clarification. I don't want to just tack on like 4 or 5 different awards, but I don't know. Anyway, Jeff Keighley posted on Twitter that the game would be withdrawn from the category, stating, quote, "We're grateful for his honesty. As a result, Megabonk will be removed from the category," unquote.
Scott, did you see the other games that were nominated for this one? Because you are going to be your heart is going to be torn into 2 pieces.
All right, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Well, Blueprints was one of the other games nominated in this category, but so was Clair Obscura, Expedition 33.
Yeah.
So both of those were nominated for debut indie title, along with Despelot and Dispatch.
Oh man, that's quite a category.
Yes, sir.
But again, like, what makes an indie? Can it just be any? Does it have to be, or should it have to be just, someone that's never made a game before? Or can it be a new developer that's comprised of like a super group of previous developers? I don't know. I feel like it's not defined well enough.
Well, I mean, what's AAA going to be? I was going to ask this question as this week's question, like the outside in topic, because as we move forward into the gaming industry and more studios are moving into the AI aspect of it, and they start getting rid of people, AAA is defined by effort, time, and money. So if you start pumping out games every year that are made by AI, you're not putting a lot of time in it. You're not putting a lot of effort in it, and you're probably not going to be spending a lot of money making them, but you're definitely going to be putting the AAA title on it for a AAA cost. So is it AAA anymore, or is it AAA is just going to change into slop?
Triple AI.
Triple AI.
I mean, man, that gets is that really what constitutes something to be considered AAA? Is
Yes.
those three things?
Yep.
I don't think I knew that.
Yeah, it's not just up there. It's the time, money, and effort that gets put into the game, which constitutes making it a AAA title. Which is, I mean, you're talking about what Black Ops 4 or Black Ops 7 was $300 to $400 million.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, what you turn around and go, okay, well, most of the stuff from now on can be made with AI. So you cut off all of the price tags because you don't need to pay anyone anymore. You don't need any more music because the AI can do it. All of the advertising and stuff can be done by AI. So you don't need any of those team members anymore. You're just literally paying for advertising, like the spots. So like you're not putting any of the love into the game. So what makes it a AAA title at that point? Just because it's coming out of a huge studio? Just because it's coming out of a conglomerate? But
man, we could have a whole topic on that discussion.
I don't think we're going to have to worry too much about it, because a game like that's made without any soul, without any passion, is going to be you're going to be able to tell that it was made without those things, and nobody's going to buy them. They might not take such a big hit as like another AAA title that didn't sell at all. Like what was it, Concord y'all were talking about last week?
Mm-hmm.
But you get an AI title that you plug in and you play, and it's a repeat of something you've already played, or there's just no heart and soul to it. You're gonna turn it off and tell everybody it sucks, and then nobody's gonna buy it. And
dude,
then
Madden
you're gonna wind up with
Madden and FIFA have been selling for years and years, and
they make updates. They make updates. It's more than just player updates sometimes. But the best independent games, 3 of the ones on the best independent games are on the Game of the Year list as well.
Right.
Yeah.
So
because they're awesome.
Because independent games is the way to go these days. That's where the people who are passionate about this product go to make the games that they want to make, that they know that the crowds want to play.
Well, I mean, and honestly, that's what I want recognized, that these kinds of things are the ones that, I mean, sure, Call of Duty's a thing. They don't need the advertisement. They don't need to get eyes in front of other people and more people playing those games. They got plenty. That's maybe not fair too, because I want the awards to go to the best quality products, right? But like you said earlier, it does kind of come down to a popularity contest. Are they popular because they're high quality, or are they popular because they're popular? I am so annoyed. I don't know how much you guys look at social media, but like I keep seeing this story about some YouTuber that I don't know this person. I'm not going to say his name, but there's like apparently a massive influencer that is crapping on Claire Obscure because he thinks that we need more multiplayer games in Game of the Year. I don't understand this whole like trying to sway people to think differently, to think like you do on how you're going to vote. Like it's not, this isn't politics. You're not doing something for you're not voting for the betterment of humanity. We're voting on something on our opinion on something. Mm-hmm. Stop trying to sway me on my opinion because your opinion is different than mine or other people. It makes me angry that this is news now. This is a massive news story. I've seen it published on social media from like 4 different outlets that some YouTuber made a comment, and that's news. Drives me insane.
You clicked on it 4 times, Scott. You're perpetuating the problem.
I'm not clicking on it. I refuse to click on it. I'm just reading the headline. I'm reading the comments. That's my thing I do now is I like, because you know how social media now is like, here's the story, but if you want to read the whole story, you got to go into the comments and click the link. We do the same thing, right, Mark? We've been working together. There's a strategy behind that, but I refuse to click on the link for garbage stories like that. I just try to extrapolate what I can from the comments, which isn't always the smartest thing to do, but it just makes me mad. Stop swaying somebody else's opinion. Let them think for themselves. Why can't people experience something and think for themselves? If they don't like multiplayer games, they shouldn't be voting for a multiplayer game for Game of the Year.
Yep.
If you prefer multiplayer games, you're not going to be voting for a single player game. And then just a number of people that are. I'm a little biased. I like Claire Obscure a lot.
I'm pretty sure it's safely going to win.
I can't imagine this game now. By the way, that's the next thing on here worth noting. Expedition 33 has been nominated for 12 different categories. That is the most ever in the history of the Game Awards.
Wow.
I just can't imagine that game not winning. There's just,
Right.
and I'm not just saying that because I like it. I understand that's what it sounds like. How can something be nominated that many times and not win? Like,
It's the Titanic rule.
right. The only way is, is Kojima going to be there? Is Jeff Keighley going to have Kojima as a special guest on stage like he does every year, and then his game not win Game of the Year? Just saying. Zach Parkinson just popped in and said, this show is so much better without that other guy.
Yeah, talking about
sorry,
CB.
Sorry, CB couldn't be here.
Wow. All of the shots fired.
I'm just kidding. Just kidding. All right, well, that is the week's news. Let's go ahead and move on. We'll remind you guys a couple more times before we get out of here. The Hollywood Outsider Gaming Outsider Cruise, July 19th to the 26th. There's information in the notes for that. If you'd like to go on a cruise with us, check it out. It's going to be fun. There are still cabins available. And then we're going to hop now into the new games that we've been playing. All right, before we get into, what are we talking about? Moonlighter 2 and NASCAR 25. We got some games that you guys can expect in the next couple weeks here. First off, on December 1st, Marvel Cosmic Invasion. I believe that's also coming to big Game Pass. PS5, actually PlayStation, Xbox, Switch, and PC. December 2nd, Sleep Awake on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. Assassin's Creed Shadows is making its way over to Switch 2 on December 2nd, as is Red Dead Redemption coming to PS5, Xbox S and X, Switch 2, iOS, and Android. Holy cow, you can play Red Dead Redemption on your freaking phone. Huh. Kingdom of the Night is coming to PC on December 2nd, as is Brock the Brawl Bar, PlayStation, Xbox, Switch, and PC. And then December 3rd, Let It Die Inferno is coming to PS5 and PC. December 4th, Metroid Prime
day.
4 Beyond, Switch 2 and Switch 1. Octopath Traveler 0 coming to PlayStation, Xbox, Switch, and PC. Game called Routine coming to Xbox and PC. Then Sonic Racing Crossroads is making its way over to Switch 2. Blood Refreshed Supply coming to PlayStation, Xbox, Switch, and PC. Switch 1 and PC. Pirate Outlaws 2 Heritage on PC. I believe David Newman's going to be reviewing that for us. And lastly, Thief VR Legacy of Shadows coming to PSVR 2 and Quest. Jake, I don't see any weird alien games with human faces on this list. So what's interesting you here?
I want to try out some features. Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, because it has the mouse feature with the Switch.
Yeah.
I've never played a Prime game. So I just want to try out the features of the Switch.
Well, you can do that with Prime 1. You could just start at the beginning. Or can you? Does Prime 1 have that functionality? Maybe I'm talking on my butt here.
I doubt.
Yeah, I'm with you though.
Switch 2. I want to try.
Yeah, you are a PC guy, so if anybody's gonna know how that works, apparently you can just like run that thing on your leg. The Joy-Con on your leg. I'm really curious to see how that's gonna work.
There's the wheelchair. I was gonna say handicap basketball game, but I didn't know if that was gonna go over well. But yeah, that one's
called.
I forget what it's called too, but you use the mouse feature with that as well. And I was going to go play that, and I've completely forgot. And Metroid Prime seems more interesting than wheelchair basketball.
I agree. That's actually my pick as well. I've been a fan of Metroid, although this isn't going to make any sense if you haven't played the other Metroid games. Jake, did you play any Metroid games?
No.
Okay, so part of the appeal of Metroid games is the sense of isolation. Samus in these games is always on her own. It's like this quiet isolation, creepy atmosphere. How is she going to get through this without the help or aid of anybody? And the new trailer that they showed for Metroid Prime 4, has other characters, including like a bumbling idiot character that has quippy lines, which seems very, very out of character for Metroid, and
Yeah,
that's
Metroid
making
needs
me
a claptrap.
yeah, it's making me a little nervous. I'm kind of holding out, and maybe that's just like here and there. I don't know how often that is. I also think the motorcycle thing is a little ridiculous. It looks cool. It just doesn't feel Metroid. I don't know. Granted, they put a motorcycle in Zelda, so what do I know? Mark, what about you?
Sleepawake looks like nightmare fuel that I want to be there for. I do fear I want to take a closer look at the trailer again and see if it is just another hide and survive type of game, like an Outlast or something like that.
Or was the Amnesia, those games?
Yeah. But it looks fantastic, and the premise of this society that has to stay awake or else you are eliminated. And so they are coming up with all these horrible, torturous ways to keep themselves awake. And of course, there's religious overtones and bad guys and stuff like that. So I'm hoping that it's everything that I hope that game is, and not just a hide and survive type of horror game.
There's just a straight up spinal cord on a bench.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's some messed up looking stuff. It looks like a dude
All
hangs
messed
himself.
up.
Like,
Yep.
Yeah.
And then Marvel Cosmic Invasion is classic arcade beat 'em up, and I would love that one. I would play without a doubt.
Yeah, and thankfully, well, you don't have Game Pass. We gotta get you an Xbox, man.
You know what? I've hinted at the ROG Ally Xbox X, whatever it's called,
For Christmas?
and I'm not sure if Santa might bring me one. We'll see.
You know, I mean, you could just get an Xbox controller or a Bluetooth controller, and you have a Samsung TV.
I do,
I mean, you
and
could
I
just
also have a controller.
you could just play it on your. You can stream games. You could get Game Pass and play it on your TV, man.
You know, my Samsung TV can barely handle Netflix.
Oh, okay.
I'm not convinced that Xbox is going to run on it.
He is on a PC. He could just use his PC.
I can use PC Game Pass. I've done that before. I always get confused because it's not Xbox, it's PC Game Pass. I'm sorry, I'm simple-minded sometimes. I get over.
But it's also two different lists of games, right? It's not. You don't get everything on Xbox.
Not everything is on there, but most everything is.
Yeah. There you go. Moonlighter 2 is on Xbox Game Pass, PC Game Pass.
You liked part one a lot more than I did, but it was good.
I'm sorry.
Uh-oh.
Your little segue just I tried to go into it and the Mark started talking. It's all bad.
Oh, sorry.
Don't blame it on Mark. You're just terrible at reading segues.
Scott.
Yeah.
You have been playing Moonlighter 2, The Endless Vaults. Have you actually been playing it on PC or?
I'm playing it on PC on my Steam Deck, yes. If you guys remember, I adored Moonlighter 1. And Mark, you didn't like it?
I liked it, just not as much as you did.
Oh, man, I just thought that game was amazing. The progression of that game felt awesome. The dungeon crawling was awesome. I could not wait to get my hands on this game. I actually resigned myself to not play this because it's only in early access right now, to not play it in early access and wait until 1.0. And
how long is that going to be?
Right, we don't know.
Right.
So, and it was $5
years.
off. So I was like, all right, I'll just get it. $25. I bought it. So I bought it and started it up, and I had a really interesting experience starting up this game. I did not like it when I started up this game. It felt completely different. Like it did not feel slick. It did not feel smooth. It looks pretty. It just did not feel like Moonlighter to me. But I kept pushing through, and now I am absolutely obsessed with this game. Now, granted, it's early access. I kind of expect things to go differently, but they've done a lot of things differently here that I didn't like at first, and the more I'm playing it, I'm appreciating it. So let me back up. If you're not familiar with Moonlighter and Moonlighter 2, The Endless Vault, follow a formula of gameplay where it is a game of two parts. In one part, you are dungeon crawling. And instead of picking up gold, you are picking up items in this dungeon that you then bring back to use in the second half of the game, which is a shop simulator. You bring these items and you have to sell them in the shop, but you don't know what to price them at. And in order to figure out how to price them, you just make up a price, put it on a pedestal, and you wait to see people's reactions when they come shopping in your store. There are 4 different faces that they will make when they see your price. There will be an angry face, which is that is priced way too high, and they immediately leave your store. They have a moderately upset face, which is this is priced a little expensive, but I still want it bad enough that I'm going to buy it, and they buy it. Then they have a enormously happy face, which is this is the perfect price. This is exactly where it should be. And then there is a gold in their eyeballs face, which is I'm getting a steal with this thing. I'm buying this for sure. And you just got screwed because you could have sold this for a lot more. Now, the idea is you look at those reactions and then you come back, and when you get that item the next time, you look at the reactions that they've got, and then you price it accordingly. So if this was too cheap, I'm going to raise it up a little bit more. If it's too expensive, I'm going to lower it a little bit more. And you play this balancing act to try to find that sweet spot of where you're going to get it. That is the basic crux of this game. And so I was explaining this to you earlier, Jake. I'm going to make a really weird comparison. Moonlighter 2, to me, and you're going to laugh at me so hard right now, Mark, reminds me of Guitar Hero for a really weird reason. If you remember, Guitar Hero came out. Guitar Hero 2 came out, and they improved the mechanics a little bit, made it a little bit more forgiving. But then we had Guitar Hero 3 and Van Halen and Beatles and all this kind of stuff, Rock Band that came out after that. And it all up to that entire point, it was all still a plastic guitar with 5 buttons in a straight line. You pick up a game and you know exactly how to play it. It feels like comfort food, right? There's not a whole lot new with the core gameplay of it, and you just fall in love with it. That's what I expected with Moonlighter 2 was I'm already good at Moonlighter. I know how that game works, and I'm going to come into Moonlighter 2, and I'm going to feel right at home with this comfort food, and it's going to be awesome. Now, the comparison with Rock Band, then Rock Band, I can't remember which one it was called, but where they basically redid the guitar. Instead of it being one strip of 5 buttons, it's 2 strips of 6. And now it's no longer comfortable. It is a situation where you have to relearn how to play Rock Band or Guitar Hero again in order to be able to get good and work your way back up again. And that is what Moonlighter 2 is doing. It's the same basic formula. You're still pressing buttons on a plastic guitar, but you're doing it in a different way. What are they doing differently? First off, the dungeon crawling experience is more of an isometric view as opposed to Moonlighter felt like it was very much over the top. And if you remember the little bit you played, Mark, there were procedurally generated dungeons. You had a choice to go up, down, left, or right. And then which way that you went was, you just work your way through the dungeon. What they've done differently here is they've done the Slay the Spire method where you have like a path that you can choose. So you can go here to do some chests or here to upgrade your weapons, or you've got a path to take to get to a mini boss and then to eventually an end boss of that world. So that's the first thing that's different. Secondly, the controls feel more deliberate and less arcadey, if that makes sense. Like it's still got that arcade feel to it. It's just not nearly as slick. Like when I was playing Moonlighter, I was dodging and rolling and just moving around and getting behind enemies and feeling kind of like a ninja. This is a little bit more grounded and feeling like you are moving slowly and it's not as snappy. Now, who knows? Maybe I'm going to get upgrades and things are going to get better. But it is very much a different deal there. Secondly, the shopkeeping stuff. When you collect items in Moonlighter, you would just pick up an item in the dungeon, add it to your backpack, and then you deal with it when you get there later. Now, in this game, you come across chests at the end of whatever node you're on the Slay the Spire map. And then you open the chest, and it gives you 4 pieces of loot, and you have to arrange them in your backpack strategically. This is going to be kind of hard to explain, but basically, these items that you get have arrows pointing to them that will, when you place them in your backpack, burn other items in your inventory or put armor on other items in your inventory. Or they will increase the rarity of items in your inventory. So you have to figure out how to strategically place everything in a way that is going to not destroy items, or it's going to destroy really cheap items and increase the rarity of other items. And then when you go back to sell those in the store, the more rarity an item has on it, it actually exponentially increases the value of that thing. And the nice thing is it doesn't require you to do that math. So when you're entering the price for that item, you just put the price that you know, and it does the math for you and adds basically a bonus in the price to the customers. So the customer pays the base price plus whatever bonus it gets for that rarity. Am I making sense?
Totally. I get it.
All right. I really like that aspect of it. Where I think that the early accessness of this game is showing up is in the progression. I feel like it is taking me very, very long to be successful and get my upgrades that make me feel awesome. I feel like they came very quickly in Moonlighter 1, and either A, it is a much slower grind, or B, I just really suck at selling items at the right prices. I haven't decided which one it is yet, but I'm probably about 6 or 7 hours into this game, and it officially has its hooks in me. And I still haven't beat a boss. I've unlocked like 5 different weapons. Oh, that's the other thing that they've done really cool in this game. In Moonlighter, you had different weapons available to you. You could choose whichever one you wanted to use. This one does a similar thing, but the base 4 weapons that you have are all really interesting. So, for instance, you've got your standard run-of-the-mill weapon. That's just kind of like your every guy weapon. He's like the Mario in Super Mario 2, like just the everyman platformer, right? But then you have like a really heavy weapon that swings very slowly, but it's much more powerful. But you also learn that these weapons also have a secondary attack or like a special attack. And the heavy weapon has a meter on it that's called sharpness. And every time you swing the weapon, it loses some sharpness and becomes less effective with its attack. In order to get that sharpness back, you have to attack with the secondary weapon or the secondary attack, which isn't as powerful. And there are also like objects in the environment that you can attack on the way to increase that sharpness. So like it's a give and pull, right? It's a really powerful weapon, but you have to constantly maintain it in order for it to be super strong. Then you got a spear. The spear is really interesting because every time you attack with a spear, it leaves like spearheads in the ground. And then your special attack is to basically summon them back to you from the ground. And any enemy that they hit on the way does damage to them, which is really cool. It's fun to play with, but you have to position yourself to be between you and the spearheads of the enemy that you're trying to attack. Does that make sense? And then the fourth one is like these weapons that are in your hands that are really fast. So it's a really fast weapon, low damage, but you can attack really quickly. I don't like that weapon because this game, as you can imagine, is very much based on dodging and rolling and getting out of the way. And when you're in there, fists are flying really quickly, it's very difficult to see when an enemy is about to attack you. So I have gravitated very much towards the heavy weapon. I've gotten used to the sharpening and going that route. Okay. I've talked a lot about the Endless Vault here, Moonlighter 2. Hated it at first. I was really regretting my purchase, my first hour or so in this game. Like, what did I do? Now I'm thinking about it at work, and that's all I want to be playing. I just want to get one more run in. And the beauty of Moonlighter 2 and the original Moonlighter is that because the game goes back and forth between both gameplay styles, that whole mentality of one more run is just compounded. Because not only is it just one more run, I'm done with a dungeon run. Well, I just want to go sell my stuff in the shop really quick. And then I sell my stuff in the shop. And I was like, oh, well, I might as well go do one more run in the dungeon. And then that whole thing repeats again. So it's very difficult to put down. And there's still more moving parts that I haven't even gone into yet. I feel like I've talked too long, so I'm not going to go into any more depth. But there's a lot of things going on in this that are very, very interesting. I haven't even gone into the upgrade systems. There's just so much to do, so much to upgrade. The downside is that it's just so expensive to do all these upgrades, and it's starting to feel like a grind a little bit. Granted, the grind is fun,
Yeah.
but I just feel like that's something that is going to be nerfed in future updates. Is that okay? We're going to make this a little bit easier to level some of this stuff up, and unfortunately, I'm going to put all this grind into it, and then they're going to drop it, and I'm going to be like, I should have just waited. Should have just waited, but. That is Moonlighter 2, The Endless Vault. I'm playing it on PC, on my Steam Deck. It is coming to Xbox and PlayStation at a later date. Comes from developer Digital Sun and was published by 11-Bit Studios. I was actually offered a review copy for this when I turned it down and bought it instead. It's currently discounted at $24.99, which will be cheaper than the 1.0 price. So if you liked Moonlighter, I'm going to recommend it. Just know that it's not going to feel like getting into a warm bath that you've been in before. It's going to take you a minute to get used to it again and get good at it again. And the more I'm playing it, the more I'm appreciating that.
I mean, does that have something to do with it going from like 2D to 3D?
A bit. It's hard to describe if you haven't played both, because Moonlighter just felt snappy. It felt very quick, and you were very agile, and I was also good at that game. I was hours and hours and hours into that game. And like I said, they did the Rock Band or the Guitar Hero thing where like they just pulled all of that out from under me and made me start over again, which is a good thing, because they could have very easily just given me
The same.
more dungeons and more stuff to sell and just like kind of recycle the whole thing. Instead, they've recreated this game, kept the flavor there, and made me and forced me to get good again. And I'm enjoying that now that I've gotten that over in my head, if that makes sense. All right, I am done talking about Moonlighter 2. I'm sorry, I did not intend to talk that much about it, but I really I can't wait to finish so I can go play some more tonight before I go to bed. So
right on.
And that's the show, folks. He needs to play Moonlighter.
Mark, you
Yes.
are notorious for being a big fan of racing games, and you have been in some racing leagues, and you were able to get a copy of NASCAR 5. Shout out to Sandbox Strategies for hooking you up with this.
Heck yeah.
I have never played a NASCAR game. I know very little about the sport. I know there's lots of jokes cracked about it, like, oh, this one we get to turn right. I will not make those jokes intentionally. So is this a big deal that this is developed by iRacing.com? Or
it is a huge deal.
Okay.
If you know what it means. So you go back a few years, NASCAR Heat was on the PlayStation, was on the Xbox. NASCAR Heat was a great game until they got to, I think, number 5 or whatever came after 5. And then there was a
6.
No, it switched to a different one. You guys are terrible. Anyway, so there was a big dip in quality. The gameplay was pretty bad. The online play was pretty bad. The physics of racing were completely lost. It was like going back to the old PlayStation era with as far as the quality of the game went. The graphics were good, but the rest of the game was not. And then was it EA? I can't even remember who took over the license. And it was just a piece of garbage. And so I don't want to get too far ahead because there's a lot I want to say about how this game is awesome. This game is, but when iRacing said that they were going to take over the licensing, anybody who was on iRacing and knows the quality of that simulator celebrated in unison, because iRacing is a quality simulator. You get what you pay for on that simulator, and that is where my league is right now. It's on iRacing Online. So hearing that they're coming to the console, and then they started showing you previews for it and showing you how they were doing it right. They were giving you dev updates and things like that through their blogs and through their emails. And you just knew that they were taking the love and care that they've put into every track, every car on iRacing. They're doing the same thing for their console version of the game. So we were all getting really excited to see what came out. And let me tell you, man, it is blowing me away how incredible this is as a console simulator. And I'm going to call it that because it is very, very much. They use the same scans that they used on iRacing, the racetrack scans. They reused it for the console version. Everything there looks exactly like it does on iRacing. And that is awesome. But what is even better, and this is the point that I really wanted to stress, iRacing is kind of expensive. The annual subscription is, if you buy it on the Black Friday deal, the annual subscription is $80.
Okay.
When you sign up for iRacing to begin with, you are only given limited stuff, including you don't get any of the NASCAR vehicles. You get a couple of the legacy ones, but you don't get any of the vehicles. You have to buy them. Same with the tracks. You get Daytona, you get Charlotte, a couple other tracks, but you have to buy the rest of them in order to run races on those tracks. So I did the quick math in my head before we recorded, and I was looking at about $400, $450 to get the same product, the same quantity of tracks and cars on iRacing you get for the $60 here on NASCAR 25, and you still get cross-platform play.
Wow.
So if you're joining iRacing just for NASCAR, don't. Just get NASCAR 25. It is almost identical, and it's certainly identical in quality. I haven't tried it out with my wheel yet. I just haven't had the time yet, but I've been playing it with the remote. It's like much like your warm bath Moonlighter reference. That's exactly how I felt playing NASCAR 25 again. It took me back to the PlayStation 4 era where I just loved joining in those races every week, playing on the weekends when I had time. Then the career mode is fantastic because they start you off in the lowest leagues, which is the ARCA leagues. Well, that's not the lowest, but good enough. And you have to work your way up. You start as a nobody. You sign with a nothing team with bad equipment, and you aren't going to win your races right out of the gate because your engine just isn't as powerful as some of the upper teams. And you have to work your way up, and you have to improve your team, and you have to improve your equipment, and then you have to race clean so that you don't have people trying to wreck you back, things like that. There's a whole aspect to that campaign mode that just makes you want to keep playing if you are a racing fan. Because after a while, after you do well enough, you'll start getting contract offers from some of the teams, and then or from like the Truck Series, and then the Xfinity Series, which is the next level up, and then finally the Cup Series, which is the A Series, basically. And you keep playing, you keep doing well, and mind your P's and Q's, and there you go, you're there. And I'm going to say this because it's great. You can put curse words as your name, which most games these days don't let you do it. They're like, no, that's a no. You can't do that one.
Wait, is that something you actually like try to do? You just wanted to see if it worked, or you just like to put?
Because Formula One, they will not let you use any form of curse word, even if you fit it in the middle. It'll get blocked.
I got a good buddy of mine that his name on Xbox Live is Stu space Pedassel.
That'll work. That's very close to what I named my character.
Yeah, and he's gotten away with it for years. They've never like done anything about it. I think it's really funny to me. But so to be clear, you're playing this on PC, correct?
Yes,
but it is also available on PlayStation and Xbox. Developed and published by iRacing.com. Motorsports Simulations. It's kind of insane to me that you could just get this on PC, PlayStation, and Xbox, but if you were to go actually through their website, it would cost you multitudes more.
Yes,
to get all the content that you're getting. So if you're interested in this seems like the clear path to go.
Especially if all you want is NASCAR.
If all you want is NASCAR. Gotcha.
Ooh, on my PC, by the way, I use 3 monitors for iRacing, and I didn't change the setup on it. I just loaded up Steam and the NASCAR 25. And while the interface was only on the one monitor, and I thought that's all I was going to have was one monitor, and I was happy with that. But when the race loaded up, all 3 monitors. It was fantastic.
Nice. Very cool.
That sounds awesome.
Aaron Hughes in the chat says, iRacing is the one who sponsored my VR rig experience I brought to R2V2 in 2024. I think they offered some memberships, I believe, at that one. So, and that was a trip, by the way. I tried that. Whew, that was.
It's not easy at first, but once you get the hang of it, and once you start doing it on a regular basis, it's second to none.
I mean, it's not an arcade racer. That is very much like you can't just hammer the gas like the whole time, and you gotta feather the gas and brake constantly and avoid spinning out. It's crazy. So NASCAR 25 sounds like you highly recommend it.
Highly recommended. Absolutely. Probably the best NASCAR related game that's come out in at least 5 years.
Very cool. Well, thanks so much for checking that one out, dude. I
Cool.
do appreciate it. Looking forward to the written review. All right, moving on. Let's go ahead and talk about our website, thegamingoutsider.com. If you would, do us a favor, check it out. Mark puts a lot of work into the news articles that go on there, as well as the rest of the team over there. And also our written reviews. Zach's review of Bounty Star, The Morose Tale of Graveyard Clem is available to read, as is Mark's reviews of Casting Whispers and Baseless. Those are all available at thegamingoutsider.com. I hope you guys check it out. We put a lot of work into putting that written content on there, and we would love it if more people read it.
Heck yeah.
With that, let's go ahead and jump into our From the Outside In topic. It's officially gift buying season, which means we're all going to be scouring the internet for those Christmas gifts for our friends and family, or, for ourselves. With Black Friday right around the corner, we wanted to talk about the best ways to find the best deals, and not just during this season. Do you guys even bother with sales, or do you just buy the games you want when you want them? I'm curious.
Who's going first? You want me to go first?
Yeah.
All right. Then depends on the game. You give me a Mario game, day one. Of course, they're not going to go on sale anyway, so that's a bad example. But if I want it badly enough, yes, I will buy it on day one. Otherwise, it will certainly go on a wish list, and I will wait for them to tell me that it's on sale.
All right. What about you, Jacob?
On my wish list right now on Steam. I get constant messages. I get constant messages that some game is on sale or ready for me to buy or blah blah whatever. Of course, then again, I have 300 games on my wish list, so I am bombarded with sale messages all the time.
So your notifications are like quadruple what I get from Wario 64, probably. On
Steam.
What did I say?
Well, Wario 64. I don't know. Anyway, before we got on tonight, I had cleared all my notifications to make sure that my phone was clear and I wasn't missing anything before the show. And I was like, I wonder if I have a Steam notification. Sure enough, yep. just making sure I got it, because it's probably about one every 20 minutes I get a Steam notification for like 4 or 5 games.
Wow.
But that's usually all that I do is I just, this game's on sale. Okay, cool. I'll go pick it up. I mean, if it's, I don't know, it's weird. Some games I don't want to spend that much for. And so I wait and I wait and I wait and I wait. That's how I bought Valhalla. It was like, there's an 80% sale for everything. And it was like $20 for 4 DLCs in the game and blah, blah, whatever. So,
it's like Zach says, like, I can't afford not to get it at that price. Right.
Right.
I'd be losing money. So that's the worst, especially this time of year for me at like, with all the Black Friday deals and notifications coming up. I have to like say no so many times. I saw Metal Gear Solid Delta on sale today for $30, and I was like, man, that's a cheap price. But I had to tell myself I'm not going to play it for another year or two, if that. I might as well, because last Black Friday I bought all 6 Final Fantasies. I bought Final Fantasy X, Final X-2, Final Fantasy 9. I bought all these games and I haven't touched them. If I would just wait, they're going to eventually go on sale. I just don't. I need to just like have a threshold of like when these games go under $5, then it's time to pull the trigger. But I got this thing in my head that like it's a $70 game that's on sale for $30. I need it right now. No, you don't, Scott. No, you don't. You don't have time to play the games you want to play, much less ones that you're going to feel obligated to. And then you have backlog, which, by the way, next week's episode, we're going to be talking about what's our retirement plan our retirement plan. What are you going to do in retirement? I'm looking forward to that. So let's get into it. What methods do you guys use for finding the best deals in games? Jacob, you kind of already mentioned yours with the Steam wish list. Is that pretty much the extent of it?
That's it. No, I can't. I don't think I could get any other messages from any of the sites telling me, hey, this game's on sale.
Yeah. I mean, that falls right in line with Aaron Hughes' response from Facebook. All he said was simply PC gaming, Steam sales. You're welcome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which includes that wish list.
And waiting for Black Friday is the way to go. I told you all about my own backlog that I've repopulated. I was able to get What Remains of Edith Finch and Celeste for under $10. So
Nice. Oh my
See,
God, Celeste is so good.
it's the way to go. Just wait for Black Friday. If you don't want to play it right away, just wait.
Yeah, it's the FOMO I have issue with when the game is new. I want to talk about while it's relevant because I don't love just to play games. I also love to play games and talk about them with people
Oh yes.
that love a game similarly as I do. And when you play a game when it's older, there's not as many people playing it anymore, so you feel like you miss out on that conversation. And I just need to get over that somehow. But
Well, no, you can still have that. I mean, that's why I bought DK Bonanza on launch day, and that's why I'll buy game 2 that's escaping my brain right now. But yeah, the
It's a
007
weird
one we
name
just
for a
talked
game.
about.
oh yeah.
Think of it.
Oh.
The 007 one though is I'll get that on launch day. Yeah.
First late.
Some of them are worth it. If not for the FOMO or the talk about it with friends, just the fact that I want to play it that bad.
Yeah, it does look cool.
Yep.
Mark, any strategies that you have? Any?
So I've joined some Discord channels, which
Oh,
is a little noisy, but if you select which channels you actually want to pay attention to, sometimes that'll work out. I'm in that the horror game one that they just did a showcase a couple of weeks ago that I watched.
oh,
It's
okay.
an independent horror channel on Discord, and they're actually the producers of the game, most of the games as well. So they have their Discord and they put notifications out there when some of their games are on sale or when they have a new game coming soon. And because they're independent games, they almost always release on sale anyway. Yes, this is also Steam, so this isn't one of the big guns like PlayStation or Xbox or something like that.
Right.
But it's still a different way to get notified of either a new game or when a game goes on sale. You just have to know who you're talking to and which channels to join.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
You
makes
guys
sense.
know my answer already. I follow Wario64 on Twitter
That's a good follow.
with alerts. I used to follow Cheap Ass Gamer. I found Wario was a little bit more reliable because he also does relevant news stuff. Like I feel like I'll even get notifications about interesting things relating in the movie industry. You know what I mean? Like that it's not just games. So he's just kind of like my go-to one-stop shop. The number of times I've gotten a pricing deal on something, like a pricing error, on even things that aren't game related. I got these packets of Twizzlers off of Amazon for like 50 cents a piece that are normally like $4. And I was standing in line at Six Flags and this thing went off and I'm buying those. Like I just love finding pricing error stuff. It's like an addiction. But I used to do Cheap Ass Gamer. Cheap Ass Gamer had a deal where like you could actually go look up a game and they would give you the history of the price of the prices of a game, and you could kind of see what the lowest price it was. But I couldn't figure out. Maybe there was a way to do it, but I could not figure out how to set up like notifications, like let me know when this game falls below this price or something like that. And then lo and behold, Alan Sheck from our Discord community and developer of Catastrophic Inversion dropped a comment on our Discord that kind of blew my mind. I had no idea this existed. He said the best way to get deals on digital games is gg.deals. It tracks pretty much all digital storefronts for PC, Xbox, PlayStation, Switch. It lists the current best price, the historical low, and a chart of the entire price history for as long as they've been tracking the game. So you can get an idea of what a reasonable price is for the game and when to expect a sale. If you create a free account with them, you can set alerts per game to notify you every time the price goes down, every time the price hits a new historical low, or you can specify an amount you would be willing to pay for the game, and it will only notify you when it falls below that price. For instance, I want this game, but only notify me when it drops below $10. For PC, you can specify DRM, like I only want this one on Steam. And keep in mind, there are tons of legitimate stores that sell Steam keys purchased directly from game developers. These stores are often having sales even when Steam isn't. GG.deals will also give you warnings about less scrupulous key shops and what to be cautious about with each individual shop. This kind of blew my mind. This is exactly what I've wanted for years, and I didn't know it existed. So, Alan, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is awesome. I'm gonna go create a free account and give this a shot because I've been just relying on Wario, but Wario is like, whatever is available. It's like everything. It's like drinking from a fire hydrant. It's nearly impossible to keep up with every tweet because I can't see every tweet. This way it allows me to focus on something specifically that I want. So, for instance, what was one I was looking at? I can't remember, but there's a game that I'm keeping my eye out for Black Friday deals, and I can just go plug it in here, and it will notify me when something happens. So I'm looking forward to that.
Even cooler, Scott, this GG Deals thing, it'll tell you if the game is also on Game Pass. So if you have Game Pass, you don't spend your money.
Oh, look at that. I like it.
Easy.
I like it.
Oh, I'm going to spend way too much money. This is dangerous.
Yeah, this is a problem, right? Like it's really cool, but it's also like doing the Steam wishlist thing that you're talking about, Jake, but not just for Steam, it's for everything.
One of my biggest problems is I'll get a Steam notification and I'll look at the game and it'll be like, oh, it's 80% off. It's only $2.30 some cents. And I go, yeah, do I really need it though?
Like, how cheap does it have to go for you to go? Yeah,
I don't know.
Once it falls below 29 cents, then I will
right.
Then it will be mine.
It is 99% off. Perfect.
Did you see the deal I sent you today?
I did. It's talking about scrupulous websites. Not that I'm saying the one that you sent me was bad or whatever, but like
I wasn't familiar with it.
when I get sent websites that have deals on games that you just get the keys, whatever. Years ago, my brother-in-law sent me this one. I can't remember what it was called, but I was like, oh, that's cool. It's got the game that I want. And I started going through the payment process, whatever. And in the payment process, it said something about they accept MasterCard, Visa, Subway, gift cards, and other stuff. And it was the Subway gift cards. And I was like, maybe not. Maybe I don't want to buy
gift cards.
I'm so lost.
That's like, bizarre. Dude, I didn't know you could transfer gift cards to somebody. How do you verify that?
I don't know.
That's crazy.
But they wanted them. They wanted those gift cards. It was so. It caught me off guard. That's really the only part that I remember of it. It was just so funny.
I feel like Alan kind of summed up everything that we need in just that one place, which I am definitely going to subscribe to this week, especially coming into Black Friday. It's going to be awesome. I'm going to see you on Friday, right, Jake? You're looking at me like you have no idea what I'm talking about. We are getting together for a movie marathon on Friday for Black Friday.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Of course.
So anyway, we do have another couple other comments. Thomas Beck says on Discord, Fanatical and Humble Bundle can get you really great discounts on PC games, like massive discounts, really good stuff. He's not wrong. You could get like a bundle of like 20 games for like $12. Now, you don't get to, well, sometimes you get to choose, right? It'll be like, pick any 6 of these games or whatever. But if you get all 12 of them, you get them all like stupid cheap. And then you obviously have the option to donate more to charity and that kind of thing. It's all to raise money for charity, which is awesome. But I've done some of those humble bundles to
get like 25 random games for something.
I've done that a couple times where it's like you just roll the dice and see what you get. Yeah,
I don't know. That's like an unboxing with Steam codes.
Yes, exactly. I did one of these humble bundles for like every Star Wars game on PC. There's like 30 of them or something like that.
Oh, man.
I've never installed a single one of them, man. But it was like $25, and I'm like, I can't say no.
Add to Steam. Never download. Perfect. Yeah, perfect. Exactly. They're right where I want them.
It's even easier than that. You just click a button and it adds them all automatically. You don't have to do it one by one. Last one comes from Drew Ross. He says, I very rarely buy games new anymore. Plus, I like getting old games I never got around to. I have over 100 games on my Xbox digital wish list. I check it often. LOL. Yes, Xbox does that same thing that you do with Steam, Jake, which has been nice. I have to remember to go in and clean it up once in a while because I'll get notifications for a game that I already own on that platform. Hey, this game's on sale. And then the click to buy is like install. Like, dude, why are you notifying me? I already own the game.
Right.
So but that's another nice thing to do as well. But you can't get as detailed as this one does, which is just interesting. So
Another problem that I have, hold on, let me pull up Steam real quick, is the wish list tells you when you added them.
oh, that's interesting.
And so if I grab the scroll wheel and go all the way to the bottom, I have Bubsy Twofer, which was added on 2/2/2016.
Oh my god.
I don't think you're gonna buy that one, Jake.
So do you,
it's still there. It might.
what's the price on it right now?
$24.99.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
see right there. I might buy Turok. That one above it. That was also 2/2/16, but it's on sale right now. On Steam, it's $20, but it's on sale 80% off for $4. So I might get that one. I might not. Who knows?
Turok's great. I love Turok.
I love
so
Turok,
much.
but it's the N64. It's the N64 variant on Steam. So it's the exact same game that I already have on N64.
Yeah, but then you can put it on Steam.
I could just play it on my. I could just plug my. I have a giant TV behind me that I play console games on.
Yeah, but you're good at mouse and keyboard, dude.
I use a controller on PC.
Do you?
Yes.
I didn't.
I don't have my controller down here, but
okay.
I just Bluetooth connect my PS4 controller because the PS4 controller is superior to all other controllers. if you didn't know, you know.
All right, well, that's gonna do it for the topic. Thank you so much, everybody, for writing in, and especially Alan Sheck, who just gave like the ultimate answer. I feel like if it works as well as he says it does, I'm gonna have to subscribe to that for sure. Next week, I already teased it a little bit, but we're gonna talk about gaming in retirement. What is that going to look like for us in the future? I feel like some of us will get there a lot sooner than others. What is your retirement going to look like? Are you going to be gaming as much as you think you're going to?
Scott, you're like 3 years from retirement.
Shut up.
Some of us are going to get there really soon.
Aaron Hughes actually asked us, he says he's shopping for Switch 2 bundles. Which would you all choose between Bonanza versus Mario Party Jamboree?
Bonanza.
I haven't played Jamboree, but I kind of feel like I have to agree.
I mean, Jamboree is fine and dandy, but I mean, it's a Mario Party game. You're going to want to play that one with friends, and you're not always with friends. Instead, you could play one of the best games of the year, according to the video game awards.
I was going to say I've never played Mario Party Jamboree, but if it's like any other Mario Party, I've already played it. So, Bonanza.
And you're going to lose at the end, at the where they give out the random stars at the final round,
right?
Yeah, so you're going to lose anyway. So I can already tell you.
You know, you can turn that off, right? You can turn off the random extra stars at the end. And just play.
Why would you want to? No,
I like being tortured.
Yeah,
why would I do
right. I like to lose.
That is going to do it for this week's The Gaming Outsider. Thank you so much for listening. This episode was produced by Kevin Hannaford. All the music you hear is written and performed by Grant Henry of Stemage and Metroid Metal. Please be sure to email us if you have any questions or concerns. Our address is feedback@thegamingoutsider.com. Also, please do us a favor. That Kickstarter for Maiden of the Dark is still live. He's at about 92%. Ooh. If you have not already, and that sounds interesting to you, head over. I really want to see that thing come to fruition, not just for selfish reasons, because obviously I want to get my physical copy as well.
It's for selfish reasons.
It's not just for selfish reasons. I really want him to be successful at this. He actually added a whole bunch of extra tiers. So if they reach certain levels of money, they're going to make a color version of it and all this kind of good stuff. So check out Maiden of the Dark over on Kickstarter. The link should be in the notes of this episode. Really hope that thing gets off the ground. Also, be sure to join us live every Monday at 7:30 p.m. Central on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. Mark, you got any parting words or recommendations for our listeners before we get out of here?
Yeah, sure. They have started re-recording the Harry Potter books with a full cast.
Oh.
So it's narrated, and then they have different actors doing each of the voices or each of the characters. And I've only listened to Sorcerer's Stone. That's the only one that's available so far. But it was so enjoyable. If you're a fan of the series, you can't go wrong. Go for it.
And they're going to do the same voice actors throughout the series, or are they going to have, because like, you know, Radcliffe like aged up with those movies, right? So like,
I've thought about that because they are recording them all in a row, and I'm not sure if they're like digitally altering the children's voices or if they're going to get different actors for them. But I will say they got Hugh Laurie to do Dumbledore, and so that really was an impressive get. So I'm sure that one will stay put throughout. Spoiler alert to part 6. So
Right. I can listen to House.
yeah.
Well, no, but House had an American accent, so like he'll have his native British accent in
Yes.
Harry Potter.
But I
Have
loved
you
it. It
seen
was
Hugh
great.
Laurie speak British?
Yes.
It sounds almost it looks almost fake. Like
Well,
like he played House for so long. The
yeah.
American accent stuck.
Well, he had a cameo on an episode of Friends years ago. There was an episode where Rachel flies to England to try to stop Ross's wedding, and Hugh Laurie is on the
That's
plane,
right.
and I don't know about this Phoebes person. The terrible Hugh Laurie impression, but I didn't watch House, so like to me, House came out, and I was like, "Hey, that's a dude from the plane on Friends."
House is a
Anyway,
great show. You should watch it.
That's
we
a
are
guy from
watching
Stuart
it.
Little.
My wife and I are like trying to go through that series. We're in like at season 5 right now, but now her new work schedule has prevented us from being able to watch like we used to, and I gotta get back to it. There is some stuff that happens in that show that's really really good. Speaking of TV shows, I have a recommendation. Mark, do you have Apple TV?
I do not.
Oh, do you have Amazon Prime?
I do.
Okay, well, listen up. There's a show that is on Apple TV called Pluribus. I was recommended to watch this show, and I watched it only because the first episode is actually free right now on Amazon Prime. So you could go check out this first episode, and holy crap, dude, this episode is one hell of a pilot. I almost don't want to give you the premise of what this show is. Because the way that they reveal it and the way that it wraps up this at the end of this episode made me want to go buy Apple Plus or Apple TV right now and to watch this show. It's half off right now. Actually, you can get like a month of Apple Plus for like $6 for 4 months. I think I'm going to have to do that and go watch the rest of the show because hot damn, that episode is fantastic television. It is, if you're not familiar with the show, it is Vince Gilligan who did Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. So it's got that kind of tone to it, that kind of, flavor, but it's also Ray Seahorn who plays, I don't know if you watched Better Call Saul, but the female lead in that show is the lead in this show. And she's really good, but they've done something really clever with a plot device that will feel very familiar, but they do a different spin on it that by the end of the episode is so freaking intriguing and so clever how they do it. I can't recommend the whole series because there's only like 4 or 5 episodes out and I've only seen the first one. But I liked it so much. I watched it. I made my wife sit down and watch the episode again, or watch the episode with me. And I watched it again like the next day. That's how much I enjoyed this freaking episode, and I cannot wait to go back to this. So again, Pluribus, Pluribus, and now that I've seen the episode, that title makes a lot more sense too. So highly recommend it. Go check it out. If you got, almost everybody has Amazon, I feel like. Just go watch the first episode, which is gonna make you want to buy Apple TV.
Shows I'll never watch.
Oh, dude. Pluribus, Pluribus. The cover, perfect. I swear, I thought it was Laura Dern on the cover of this
I could see
TV
that.
show, but it actually is Ray Seahorn, and she's really great. All right, Mark, thank you so much for joining us, man. It was great to talk with you as always.
You're
Jake,
welcome.
Really appreciate chatting with you again as always. It's been a pleasure. Stay tuned next week, guys. Until then, I'm Scott Clark with Jacob Gunnarsson and Mark Szymanski, and we are the Gaming Outsider. Remember, there's no such thing as a bad game, just games that aren't for you.